Unveiling XOLOTL, Aztec dark god in modern narco rituals. Unveiling the chilling connection between ancient Aztec deities and modern narco rituals, we journey into a world where the past eerily intertwines with the present. This unsettling blend of history and contemporary violence reveals how age-old beliefs can find new life in unexpected and sinister ways. In Aztec mythology, XOLOTL is a figure of immense power, representing death and transformation. As a guardian of the underworld, he accompanies souls to the afterlife, embodying both fear and reverence. His dual nature reflects the Aztec belief in the cyclical nature of life and death. XOLOTL's appearance is as terrifying as his role. Often depicted with a skeletal body and a dog's head, his imagery is rife with symbolism. Attributes like backward feet and a grim demeanor highlight his connection to the afterlife, solidifying his fearsome presence in the Aztec pantheon. The significance of XOLOTL in Aztec rituals cannot be overstated. He was central to ceremonies that sought to ensure balance between life and death. Through his worship, the Aztecs believed they could harness his power, seeking his guidance and protection in their earthly and spiritual endeavors. Aztec beliefs in blood sacrifices were integral to appeasing gods like XOLOTL. These offerings were seen as vital to maintaining cosmic order. The shedding of blood was believed to nourish the deities, ensuring their favor and the continued prosperity of the community despite the gruesome nature of the acts. The Aztecs held a profound belief in blood sacrifices, viewing them as essential acts to appease their gods. They believed that offering human blood and life would nourish deities, ensuring cosmic balance and prosperity. This sacred duty was woven into the fabric of their spiritual and societal practices. Today, some modern narco gangs in Mexico have shockingly revived these ancient rites, drawing parallels between their violent practices and Aztec traditions. These criminal organizations have adopted ritualistic elements, aligning themselves with historical narratives of power and divine favor, creating a chilling blend of ancient symbolism and contemporary brutality. The resurgence of these rituals among narco gangs can be attributed to their desire for control and fear. Blood cult practices serve as a means to instill terror while simultaneously invoking a sense of invincibility. By adopting these rites, gangs craft an image of untouchable power rooted in historical precedents. XOLOTL, with his fearsome visage as the god of death and transformation, exerts a potent influence on modern gang culture. His attributes resonate with the themes of change and mortality, offering a symbolic framework for gangs to justify their brutal practices and reinforce their intimidating presence. By reviving the image of XOLOTL, narco gangs have drawn a strong link between ancient and contemporary rituals. The parallels are striking, as both eras use sacrifice to wield fear and demonstrate authority. This dark homage to Aztec traditions underscores the enduring power of ancient beliefs in shaping modern violence. Ancient Aztec sacrifices were deeply rooted in religious beliefs, aiming to appease gods through offerings of blood and life. Today, modern narco rituals mirror these practices, using violence as a means to invoke fear and power. This eerie parallel highlights a disturbing continuity between the past and present. In both ancient and contemporary contexts, fear and power are central. The Aztecs wielded fear to maintain social order, while modern gangs use it to instill loyalty and control. These practices create an aura of invincibility, reinforcing their dominance through calculated displays of brutality and ritualistic violence. Death serves as a potent symbol in both Aztec and narco traditions. For the Aztecs, it represented transformation and renewal. In modern rituals, death is a tool for asserting control, reminding members of their mortality and the gang's omnipotence, blurring lines between reverence and terror. Reports of modern sacrifices linked to XOLOTL are chillingly specific. Rituals often involve gruesome acts intended to evoke the god's favor, showcasing a disturbing blend of myth and crime. These acts are not only symbolic, but serve as initiation rites, binding members through shared transgressions and a warped sense of spirituality. The psychological impact on gang members participating in these rituals is profound. They experience a mix of empowerment and desensitization, often leading to a distorted reality where violence is normalized. This psychological manipulation ensures compliance and allegiance, trapping individuals in a cycle of terror and reverence. Folklore plays a crucial role in sustaining the belief surrounding XOLOTL among modern narco gangs. These stories, passed down through generations, paint a vivid picture of the god's power and influence. They breathe life into rituals, making them seem more legitimate and deeply rooted in cultural history. Experts suggest that the resurgence of XOLOTL in modern practices reflects a cultural yearning for identity. Anthropologists highlight that these rituals offer a sense of belonging and continuity, bridging the past with the present. This connection provides a framework for understanding the adoption of ancient rites in contemporary settings. Documentaries have begun to shed light on the unsettling world of narco rituals, capturing the raw and often brutal reality of these practices. They serve as a window into the secretive ceremonies that draw heavily on Aztec traditions, revealing the enduring fascination and fear these rites command. Police reports increasingly cite occult practices within gang territories, pointing to a troubling rise in ritualistic crimes. These reports highlight the challenges law enforcement faces in understanding and dismantling these practices, which often hide behind a veil of cultural reverence and deeply ingrained beliefs. Spiritual leaders have found themselves entwined in the dark web of modern rituals, sometimes acting as guides or facilitators. Their involvement lends an air of authenticity and authority to the ceremonies, complicating efforts to distinguish between cultural expression and criminal activity in these communities. Modern narco rituals have profound effects on local communities, instilling fear and creating an atmosphere of tension. Residents often feel powerless against the overwhelming presence of these gangs, which utilize ancient rites to assert dominance. This environment of intimidation disrupts daily life and erodes the social fabric, leaving communities in turmoil. Media coverage often sensationalizes these rituals, focusing on their gruesome nature rather than the cultural roots or their impact on communities. This portrayal can lead to misinformation and heightened fear, while overshadowing the broader social issues at play, making it harder for communities to address the problem effectively. Legal implications of ritualistic crimes are complex, as authorities struggle to differentiate between cultural practices and criminal activities. The fusion of ancient rites with modern crime creates legal gray areas, complicating prosecution and enforcement. This ambiguity often leads to challenges in holding perpetrators accountable under existing legal frameworks. Authorities face significant hurdles in combating these practices, hindered by limited resources and deep-rooted cultural beliefs. The secretive nature of these rituals makes infiltration difficult, while community distrust of law enforcement further complicates efforts. These challenges necessitate innovative strategies and collaboration with local leaders to dismantle these practices. Within gangs, these rituals reinforce hierarchy and control, serving as tools to maintain order and obedience. Leaders utilize the fear and mystique surrounding these rites to solidify their power, demanding loyalty through participation. This dynamic ensures a tightly knit group, bound by shared experiences and the ominous grip of tradition. Fear and intimidation serve as potent tools in narco rituals, mirroring ancient rites where terror reinforced divine power. These practices foster loyalty and control, ensuring obedience through dread. The psychological grip of fear not only consolidates power, but also perpetuates a cycle of violence and allegiance within gangs. Ancient symbols, once sacred, are now inscribed in gang graffiti and tattoos, linking modern outlaws with their mythic past. These symbols serve as a badge of identity and fear, marking territories and individuals while invoking the mystical aura of deities like XOLOTL to instill reverence and trepidation. Recruitment in these cult-like gangs often involves exposing initiates to ritualistic practices, embedding a sense of belonging and power. New members are drawn by the allure of ancient rites, which promise protection and prestige, binding them into the gang's enigmatic world through shared, often violent, experiences. Former gang members reveal personal stories of the seductive pull of rituals, describing a life where ancient beliefs offer meaning amid chaos. These narratives expose the deep psychological ties to these practices, highlighting the significant challenge of breaking free from the cult-like grip of narco culture. Music plays a pivotal role in glamorizing narco rituals, with lyrics and rhythms celebrating the mystique of ancient deities and modern exploits. This sonic backdrop not only normalizes violence, but also perpetuates the allure of power and rebellion, resonating deeply with disillusioned youth seeking identity and purpose. Narco-cult practices have transcended borders, influencing criminal networks worldwide. The fascination with Aztec rituals and the power they promise has sparked interest in regions far from their origins. This international spread highlights a dark allure, captivating those searching for identity and control in a chaotic global landscape. Activists are working tirelessly to educate communities about the dangers of narco-cult practices. Through workshops, social media campaigns, and community outreach, they aim to dismantle the myths surrounding these rituals. By promoting cultural understanding and awareness, they strive to prevent the allure of these dark rites from taking root. Ancient rituals hold a psychological allure in modern times, offering a sense of connection and purpose. For individuals in unstable environments, these practices provide a semblance of order and control. The mystique of ancient customs offers an escape, drawing in those seeking meaning amid societal chaos and uncertainty. Online communities have become breeding grounds for the spread of narco-cult beliefs. Forums and social media platforms facilitate the exchange of ideas, rituals, and symbols. This digital dissemination accelerates the reach and appeal of these practices, allowing followers to connect and reinforce their shared beliefs across vast distances. Cinema and literature have played significant roles in glamorizing narco-cult practices. Movies and books portray these rituals with a mix of horror and fascination, often romanticizing their power. This portrayal influences public perception, blurring the lines between myth and reality and perpetuating the seductive allure of these dangerous customs. Rehabilitation of gang members involved in rituals hinges on understanding their psychological needs. Programs focusing on emotional healing and cultural education offer pathways to change. By addressing the allure of power and fear in these practices, former members can find new identities and break the cycle of violence. Successful programs countering the spread of ritualistic practices often include community engagement and mentorship. By providing alternatives and highlighting personal success stories, these initiatives foster hope and resilience. They emphasize the transformative power of education and support, proving change is possible even when deeply rooted beliefs seem insurmountable. Cultural understanding plays a crucial role in addressing ritualistic violence. By acknowledging the historical and social context of these practices, communities can forge effective solutions. Engaging local leaders and fostering dialogue ensures efforts are respectful and impactful, bridging the gap between ancient traditions and modern societal norms. Reflecting on the eerie blend of ancient and modern darkness reveals the complexities of human behavior. The persistence of these rituals underscores a deep-seated desire for identity and belonging. By confronting these issues with empathy and education, society can hope to unravel the threads binding past and present. Encouraging viewers to share knowledge and support efforts against ritualistic violence is vital. Awareness and advocacy can drive change, empowering communities to reject fear and embrace healing. By uniting in this cause, individuals can contribute to a safer, more understanding world where ancient darkness no longer casts its shadow.